Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to this week 3 Rung 1 match for the LEGO Hobbit Restricted Any Percent Tournament. This is our qualification bracket as it's Rung 1, which means the top 2 from this race will be taking the 5th and 6th seeds going into our playoffs, which will be next week. Joining me on comms today, I'm Captain Paxo, and joining me is Origin.
Hello.
Right, so yeah,
Excited for today's match.
Yeah, it should be a really good race we got lined up. It looks like all the runners are already ready, so we can count them down to start in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, all runners. We have a little bit of delay on the stream before we'll see them get started, but hopefully not too much.
You asked me once if I had told you
Lazer looks like we'll have a small lead. The Deadtra takes a small lead in, but not too much at all. Anyway,
Julikos has a bit of a...
Julikos does have some stream delay at the moment. I will check that real quick. That is very late.
Goes.
Okay, so yeah, Julikos will be a bit behind, but that's not too much of a problem because we're running all of these off of the runners' individual game times anyway. So it shouldn't be, any delay we see on screen will be not necessarily, it won't be reflected in the final time. We'll see the results in from the actual timers that the runners are using. So starting off here, we have Greatest Kingdom of Middle-earth. Very high optimization level. A lot of small time saves that these runners will be kind of micro gaining and losing compared to all the others. Lazer, theoretically, coming in with the best PB, should be the one being able to get this cleanest. I think Lazer has a low 520 gold. Deadtra's, I think, is probably around the 530s, and Julikos is probably around the same. But the big thing here is the first one try we have coming up, which Lazer will hit first. This is what's known as gem skip. What the runners will have to do is drop out as the character's jump diving across what is a camera pan trigger, to then be able to skip that camera pan and avoid the doors closing at the end of the room. We see Deadtra's taking it super safe to avoid this. Lazer got it absolutely fine, and we'll see Julikos
Deadtra as well.
Yeah. We'll see Julikos try it as well.
I've never seen anyone wait that long to actually safely get it. And Julikos also gets past it. That's nice. And into the flute room they go. Don't give the flute too early here. I speak from experience.
Yeah, if you give the flute here before the camera pan starts, it is a soft lock. Origin very helpfully found that out in week 1, I believe. But
Yep.
hasn't had it since. No one's had it since. Nolan thought he'd soft lock, but I don't think it was a soft lock. But thankfully, it's not too major a thing. Even if you're trying to give the flute early, it's quite difficult to do it.
Yeah, this is quite simple section. I did see Flaming Lazer miss one of the insta breaks there on the copper ore, but nothing too major.
Yeah, no.
Time loss here.
The mining in this section is very easy to kind of gain and lose minor bits of time on, but basically what you're looking for each runner is perfect hits on the gems, so getting them in that kind of middle, more colored in section. If you do that, they break in 1, otherwise you have to hit them 3 times for them to break. I think Lazer got 3 times perfect, and then we'll be going to barrier.
That was nice. And those weren't the easiest gems either that he had. Yeah. And he does get barrier skip, nice. So we'll have to see if Deadtra and Julikos can mirror him. Although he does die there, take a death. I think he missed a second jump there. And couldn't avoid the kill plane. So Deadtra also gets barrier skip, very nice. And Julikos here jumps on it and jumps over. Very nice, all three of them getting barrier skip.
Yep, so that's always a good sign. All the runners have gone through the first 2 1 tries. Got them all very cleanly. We only have a couple more 1 tries left in the run, which is probably a nice nice point to breathe and relax for the runners. It's always, you know, scary if you miss something early on. You just constantly feel like you're playing catch up throughout an entire run. Thankfully, in this case, neither of them will, or none of them will have to worry about that. We've seen Lazer going for the. Sorry.
Yeah, just wanted to say, of course, this is also not that easy a section with the goal jumps. You can easily mess up and lose a lot of time here. So, at least for me, when I'm running this, the auto scroller is the breather, and not before that. But Lazer got through it quite easily. Deadtra taking an extra jump there just to be on the safe side. But also nothing too major there. And Julikos, I don't know what he just did there, but went over with one character, I think.
Yes.
And then just teleported the other characters to...
Yeah, so that's a new strat found by Seed maybe a couple weeks ago. I think maybe even last week, where there is a reload trigger for the very end platform on the end platform, which you can hit with a precise jump, and then that means you only need to carry one person over there, and then hit the trigger to reload a second person up there. So it's a small time save or backup depending on how you do it. Yeah, Julikos uses that and gets just barely a sub 6. Greatest Kingdom, Deadtra with a 602. I think for each of these runners, those are all kind of representative, respectable times. I think Lazer might be a little bit behind what he'd want for a PB pacer, but for no reset, he'll be like, that's absolutely fine.
Oh, and he does fail the...
Oh, that is...
the hover there and gets stuck with P1 and P2 on the other side. That is not good.
This will be...
He is super stuck.
That is awful. This will be a big bit of deja vu for Lazer, actually. I think it was like, no...
So now Deadtra has passed him, and Julikos is also struggling a little bit with the bush launch, but... Okay, now Lazer got Sam back, so now they can retry for bush launch.
Yeah.
But definitely not what he wanted there.
I think Lazer had this previously with this skip, if I remember correctly. I might be thinking of either Lazer or Nolan, one of the two that had it, in the week 1 matches, where you have the respawn with both characters kind of on split sides, and you have to go all the way back in bounds to be able to drop in warp, essentially, the player back to some kind of normality, and then you can reattempt the trick. It's such a costly time loss for something that's not very well inside your control.
I actually think you don't need to... Like, if you just get stuck on either side without, like, getting... the respawn, the bad respawns. You can just jump one character back to...
Potentially, yeah. Yeah, because that's what Lazer did, but obviously had the bad respawn with the person on one side of the river, so had to walk them back across. Yeah, that makes sense. Very unfortunate for Lazer nonetheless, and the other two definitely definitely stretch out a lead as a result.
Julikos also struggled a lot with bush launch there, so I think it's mainly Deadtra that's in the lead now. But of course Julikos is a bit behind on a stream.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. Looking for proof, not long split, so we will see the times quite soon. And Lazer into the river again. Luckily gets to respawn
Yeah, Laser's certainly having a
So,
time of it right now. Is gonna. It looks like my Wi-Fi might be having a moment, but it's
I
hopefully we'll be able to ride through this kind of slightly choppy patch of Wi-Fi. It should be a bit better now. We see Deadtra's hit the looking for proof trigger. Lazer and Julikos getting sign launch.
yes, both of them getting it first try, very nice. Well, Deadtra is about to finish the first level. Lazer hitting the trigger very fast, Julikos taking a little bit more time to set up. And Lazer finishing only 4 seconds behind Deadtra there. But of course he comes from a half a minute lead, so did lose quite a bit of his lead there.
Yeah, I mean, Deadtra chose to play looking for proof safe, didn't go for the sign launch, which is an immediate 10-second time loss, to opt not to go for it, but it does mean a consistent 9:30. Looking for proof exit,
And
good enough.
Julikos does end up with a 10:06, which is half a second behind the other two.
Yeah,
Half a minute, sorry.
yeah, Julikos slipping back a little bit there is unfortunate. I think, yeah, just struggled with the looking for proof inside, really. Just couldn't quite find the angle to be able to jump down, but that's, one of those things that just can happen, really. But we'll
and also bush launch is, it's probably not RNG, but it definitely feels like it.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
He also struggled with that, yeah.
We'll see now that we'll see the next one try coming up in this run, which is Birdless, which is a skip to get out of bounds in this next room, which both Lazer and Deadtra will be doing here. And what we've got to do is they've got to position Gandalf in such a way that he's accelerating with a vertical or with a dive, accelerating downwards, building up downward speed. We use this specific collision here. We see Deadtra's just got it, and Lazer's just got it as well. And then they'll be waiting for that speed to build up. And then once it's fully built up, they'll be able to break the object that Gandalf's getting this downward speed on. Gandalf will go down, bounce off the floor, and get reflected upwards, and then able to use that to go over the barrier and into this next room. We've seen Lazer was able to actually bring back a lead there, take it back from Deadtra, just with a bit of cleaner execution. Julikos going for it as
and
well.
Deadtra having a bit of trouble with the plant jump there, losing another couple of seconds against Lazer. And it might come down to these small time losses between these two now.
Yeah, I mean, Julikos isn't that far behind. A bad fast OTD or something is enough to bring kind of everything back together. But
Exactly.
the way the runners are right now in terms of their PBs, you would expect probably for Julikos, for Lazer to take a lead in these races. Definitely the favorite to go through as the 5th seed, being at the moment with the 2nd fastest time on the boards. And of course, coming into this tournament as the 4th seed, a 5th place qualification is not too bad for Lazer. Obviously, Lazer had a nightmare week 1, losing to Mega and Jack, and then being pushed down to the elimination rung last week, but was able to bring it back last week with a clean sweep, and then came through, or is then back in the qualification matches. So Lazer's definitely the favorite here. Between the other two, it could go either way. Deadtra, I believe, still has the quickest on the board PB with a 25:45.
But Julikos did beat him last week in their 1v1.
Yeah, these two did play in that Rung 2 match last week, which ultimately didn't end up mattering because of Loyalist dropping out the tournament. But either way, it was still a bit of time to put a bit of bragging rights between the two runners, and from that point of view, it's advantage Julikos. But it looks fit as well. They are, once the verification queue gets updated, they are going to be neck and neck on the boards pretty much. Deadtra is currently on the boards with a 25:45 time. Julikos has a PB which, by the looks of it, was achieved yesterday of 25:41. The 4 seconds difference between the two runners. Should be close to see.
More reason to look forward to the upcoming races.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But of course, at the moment, it's Deadtra who has the better position in this phase.
Yeah, well, it's Lazer in the best position. Obviously, was a little bit behind out of looking for proof, but I think with that, Birdless has taken it back over Deadtra. Deadtra was playing it quite safe, which is no bad thing in doing with the tournament, but it does mean that someone like Lazer, who has that slightly better pace, will be able to take advantage of it. And we'll see what damage Lazer can do. Kind of build a lead maybe over Deadtra during this section. This section, it is a boss fight, and it is a fairly scripted boss fight in terms of the boss animations, but there's a few places where you can look for micro optimizations, and those are every time the boss drops blue pieces for you to build, being in the correct position to get the build as quickly as possible, and then once the build is built, being in the correct position to be able to fire on the tower to start the next phase as quickly as possible. You'll see both Lazer and Deadtra have one phase left in that, but we might see some variation between the two. One thing that all runners will be going for as well is leaving this level with 0 studs on both players. Unlike most LEGO games, where it only saves maybe 10 seconds in the first level, 0 studs saves in every level of this run, apart from the last one, but it only saves 3 or 4 seconds. The way it is, it's actually unachievable to get in, or very difficult to achieve in the first level, but instead we get it in levels 2, 3, and 4.
And the easiest is definitely in 2 and 3 here.
But yeah,
But now we can see the time's coming in. Flaming Lazer with a 16 flat, while Deadtra 19 seconds behind. So Lazer really pulling ahead there. Going for Icicle Launch here. See how that goes. Gets it first try. Very nice. And straight onto the horse. Now Deadtra goes into the Icicle. And we also see Julikos a minute behind Lazer, 40 seconds behind Deadtra. And Deadtra sliding off the mountain there. Just a couple pixels short of walkable terrain. That's very unfortunate. While Julikos going the horse route, as he's always done. I don't think I've ever seen him go for Icicle Launch. Probably doesn't trust himself or his computer to be able to pull it off.
Yeah, I think that's a safety play there from Julikos, but it's been consistent, and I have complete respect for picking a strategy and sticking with it. The one thing I will say with this strategy, however, is Julikos does take a longer route than is absolutely necessary.
Yes, that I've noticed as well.
Yeah, you can cut in like one thing earlier.
But he's already done better than I've previously seen him do it.
Yeah.
I've seen him get lost previously, so that is definitely better. Oh, Flaming Lazer did have a really good OTD up to here, but got the vertical body up and decided to go with the hovers instead of trying to buddy up again. That does, and he missed it once, so a bit of time loss there for him. But at 2 minutes 16 OTD. Oh, yeah.
That's
OTD for him.
not too bad, although by Lazer standards, last race he managed, I think, 2 sub 2-minute OTDs. So it's a bit of a step down from what Lazer ultimately can do. However, it's not too bad at all. We see Julikos
And especially in this race, I think it's still better than the other two have been able to do so far.
The Julikos once again going for fast OTD, but manages to get it first try by the looks of it as well. I know potentially that can cause some struggles, but looks to be going okay. Doing the vertical method, and yeah, the vertical method for this final room, and by the looks of it has caught up a bit to Deadtra. Deadra's still going to be ahead, I'd imagine. Looking by the splits, definitely. But Julikos probably not as far behind.
Fall utterly short of your enormity, O Smaug. The stupendous.
Have to see. Deadtra now more than a minute behind though, so Flame Laser definitely pulling ahead. And Julikos still 47 seconds behind. So that lose a little bit of time still to Deadtra in that last level.
I don't remember smelling your blood. And where do you come from?
Guess looks can be a bit deceiving because it didn't look like it was that much of a gap between.
I come from under the hill.
It is what it is. I mean,
Of course, their streams are also not in sync. I have no clue what the difference there is. So.
Lazer is down by Chandelier Skip. Struggling a little bit with this. Gets it second try, but very late second try on the spin. Manages to get it. Will Lazer go for Toast Slide is the question. Decides not to. That is the right decision. Especially in the
Definitely
tournament
far
match.
enough in the lead that he doesn't need it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So yeah, to go over the format of how this match will work, we will have 3 races between these 3 runners. First place will be getting 5th seed for the top 8, second place will be getting 6th seed, and third place will be moving still in the tournament, but will be in one final race to try and qualify for the top 8, which will be just after the weekend. So there is a lot on the line for this one. I think it's a huge opportunity for Julikos and Deadtra to outperform their seeding. Julikos coming into this seeded 8th, Deadtra coming into this seeded 10th. There's a 5th and a 6th spot available to grab. It would be a fantastic performance for either of them to be able to take that spot. We see Lazer's in the unskippable cutscene now, which is annoyingly just literally a cutscene we can't skip. The one cutscene in the game that we can't skip, and it's in the final part of this run. We'll see.
Julikos did save a little bit of time here over Deadtra though. I saw Deadtra struggle a little bit with the statue skip. So we'll have to see how they hold up there at the end. But with a couple of bad launches and good launches from Julikos, he's definitely not out of it yet. Julikos does go for Toast Slide though, so... And he gets it.
Fair play.
Very nice. Gets it really quickly. That
I respect the commitment to go for that. That is rather.
I think he saved time with it. I think he got it first try.
Yeah.
Maybe I just missed one of them, but yeah, very nice.
Yeah, well, by the looks of it, at least on the screen, has pulled out a lead over Deadtra. We don't know, obviously, how true that is with stream delay and such, but it's looking positive for Julikos now. As a reminder, the winner of this race will get 3 points, second place gets 1 point, third place gets no points. So Yeah, Lazer will be hoping to get 3 points, and that'll be a big step in the right direction to getting qualified this match.
Is struggling with the launches here though. Did not get lost launch and is now struggling with the backup launch. Does eventually get it.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. I've seen worse. I mean, Lazer is familiar with that backup, but obviously we'll try and do as much as possible to make Loz launch work. Loz launch is just a really inconsistent launch, though. Or probably one of the more inconsistent ones in the run. It's probably the one that's least figured out among the runners. We have some pretty precise launches, like the one Lazer will be doing to finish off this run, which is Jack launch, which is rather precise, but it is pretty consistent.
Exactly. We see Julikos getting into the final launches here. And Deadtra almost. Let's see how they do it. While Lazer finishes off the dragon with some fire bombs. Julikos not getting the body up there for a couple tries, so he's losing some time here. That's not looking very good for him.
Yep.
I think he needs to angle Dwalin a little bit differently. But Deadtra gets it quite fast, and that may be the match done and dusted for Julikos if he does not get this quickly.
And Lazer gets Jack launch as well to finish off with a 24:58 final time. Another
Julikos goes.
Yeah, Julikos
But
eventually.
Deadtra didn't miss lost launch or did not go for it. I was not paying attention.
Oh, that's rough.
Oh, misses the backup there as well. Needs to go for another one. Also, no lost launch for Julikos. So all runners having to go for the backup here.
How did that work for Julikos? What? The pieces of collision hadn't been removed, so Dwalin was a whole like character model higher up than Dory on that pickup launch. I have no idea how that became a horizontal body up and not a vertical. That is
to be honest, I never removed that collision and it works pretty fine for me as well, so.
Yeah, no, but that Julikos removed the collision, but the pieces hadn't like disappeared yet.
Oh, okay.
And just stood on some of the pieces and got the body up. That is insane. If that ends up leading to a win, then fair play to Julikos. That is...
At least on screen, they're matching each other. But... we will have to see what that means for the final time.
Yeah, we're going to have both of them in Jack launch at pretty much exactly the same time. And when both runners are in Jack launch, anything can happen. Like, it's anyone's game. Because Jack launch is inconsistent enough to have those deviations between both runners. We'll see Deadtra's...
a little bit ahead, but not a lot.
Breaks the wrong box. Oh, wow.
Oh, and that might be his game here. Well, Julikos does get it first try and finishes the game off here. And that is second place for Julikos, clutched right at the end because of a very unfortunate mistake by Deadtra. And I think it would have been just faster to just go for casual strats here.
That is the perils of going for Jack launch or just having Jack launch and trying to do Jack launch fast. It can come back to bite you.
Very unfortunate.
It looks like...
And yeah, he just decides to tap out there.
That's perfectly fair. Yeah, Julikos' splits were comparing in RTA, but that should be fixed now. 27:01 for Julikos. Not a bad time. beats where Julikos' PB was a week ago. So very strong. And with Deadtra DNFing that race, it means that Lazer will be getting 3 points, Julikos 1 point, and Deadtra 0 points as we go into race 2. So yeah, if all runners want to get themselves ready again, then we can run it back.
Very close race at the end there for between Deadtra and Julikos.
Yeah.
Promises for the next two.
Absolutely. I mean, that final bit could have gone either way quite comfortably. It's one of those ones that you know, you've got to risk Jack launch at that point, but of course by taking the risk, then you run the chance of you know, making that mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Deadtra's not the first to have made that mistake, and certainly won't be the last.
My dear Frodo. You asked me once if I had
Like,
told you everything there was to know about
Lazer and Deadtra ready. We'll just wait for Julikos to get into position.
It began long ago, in a land far away.
We're going with this race too.
There was the city of Dale.
Right, I think because of stream delay, they're all going to be ready at this point. So I'll count it down in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck again, runners.
Good luck.
A small bit of delay before they start again. And we'll be underway.
And prosperous.
Looks like Lazer has a bit of an advantage in this one, but
The greatest kingdom in Middle-earth.
doesn't matter too much in the grand scheme of things.
Built deep within the mountains.
But yeah, if you're Lazer right now, you got to be feeling confident. That was a very good, a solid race 1. You know, it was quicker than both your competitors' PBs. It must be a good feeling.
I don't think he'll be happy about it though, seeing as he messed up the river crossings not once but twice.
Elven king.
Yeah, no, that is very true. It's
So okay, he won by a big margin. That gives confidence, but he'll try. I think he'll try to step up his game even more for this next one.
it depends how much he's looking forwards, right? Because if we look at where we're at in the bracket right now, say Lazer qualifies 5th, takes the 5th seed, so wins this match. Lazer will then be facing Olive in the top 8. Olive in both, or especially in the week 2 performance where they qualified, had an absolutely phenomenal run, or 2 sets of runs where they were both mid to low 24s. So if that happens in the top 8 and Lazer gets another high 24, like the run he's just got, then that's a loss. And especially if it's best of 3 in the top 8, you know, that's worrying for Lazer.
For sure. That's why I think he really does want to clean up his play. And I mean, getting these games under his belt is, definitely will help as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I could see from these 3 matches, though, Lazer being disappointed if he doesn't get 23. I think
That's fair.
Lazer, I mean, for sure has the talent and aptitude for it. That's, you know, not a question. Has a 23, 28 PB, which is, you know, a 23 is still better than, you know, better than the PBs of anyone outside the top 4 right now. But yeah, there's it's at the point where those mistakes for the 24 are just, they're gonna start coming back to bite him. Maybe not in this race, but maybe the next.
Yeah, and especially the higher you go in the tournament, the more consistent people will be getting those lower times. So
Absolutely.
for now, he can get away with it, but I don't think for much longer. Well, we do see him being a little bit ahead here
Ever they delve deeper down into
of the other two,
and that is
but Deadtra and Julikos quite even. Deadtra a little bit ahead as well.
Smaug.
Let's see how Julikos manages to get the gems. Gets 2 out of 3. Needed to reset two of them though. And Deadtra does get barrier. Very nice. It's always difficult on like the smaller screens to see where the characters end up. But all 3 of them getting barrier skip. No big time differences there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's always good to see that. Not to curse anything, maybe for future races, but Julikos did say to us as we were setting up today's race that he's never missed any of the 1 tries in tournament play. So not missed gem skip, not missed barrier skip, not missed birdless in tournament play. We'll see if that holds up today. Might have just cursed it by saying that, but there's only one way to find out.
I would argue he cursed himself then.
Yeah.
He's the one who said it first.
Yeah, I'm simply the messenger.
Yeah. And saying it about yourself, that's dangerous.
Yeah. Julikos once again going for the 1-player buffer jumps. Looks to be struggling a little bit.
And in my opinion, those are more difficult because you're also having to make sure you don't do the roll jump, so the double jump.
Yeah, I mean the way those jumps work kind of natively is you're buffering a frame perfect jump by holding the jump button before you land. You're buffering that jump, but the roll animation or the length of time throughout your jump where you can potentially roll is so large in this game when going with 1 player. It means you have to do that buffer really late, which can really mess up your muscle memory if you're used to doing it kind of at a safe time, I guess. But yeah, Julikos does get its 2nd try, which is not too bad, pretty solid.
And Deadtra getting out of the first level with a 548, Julikos with a 552, so only 4 seconds between them.
I mean, yeah, this is fantastic pace from all 3 runners. All of them have improved on their race 1 pace. Lazer by 8 seconds, Julikos by 7, Deadtra by 14, I want to say. Hopefully these hovers go better for Lazer this time. Yep, manages to get over that. So Lazer's put together a much cleaner early game compared to last run. We'll see how Deadtra and Julikos can do. Julikos getting unbuddied up on the fence. That is very unfortunate. Can happen due to positioning. And gets a small launch as well. That was something wild.
Buddied up collision, yeah. They're just not friends.
It's certainly something.
And Julikos getting a way faster bush launch than last time now, so he'll be happy about that.
Yeah, 2nd try is significantly better from Julikos. It's still, room to improve, obviously. You could get it 1st try, but it's looking like this is just a stronger race from all 3 runners. Maybe there was some nerves and stuff. Bit of nerves, bit of maybe even rust at tournament play from these runners in the 1st match, but 2nd match they seem to have fixed it up a little bit.
And Lazer now going for the 2nd river crossing. He did fall into the river here last run. Oh, slides down, but stays on the shore. That's always a dangerous collision to walk over. But also has it way better now. And gets a perfect first try sign launch. Oh no! I spoke too soon. He should... No, he does not get the respawn on the other shore, so needs to go for sign launch again, and does get it this time. That's quite unfortunate for him.
That's a brutal mistake. I'm glad I'm not the one doing the commentator cursing today. But yeah, the fact that Lazer didn't get the respawn on the other side is really harsh. Must have been pixels away from getting a spot where you can respawn, but the bridge itself doesn't have respawn collision, so you need to try and land on, I guess, dry land before anything happens. Julikos gets sign launch super clean.
Nice, and Deadtra not even bothering with it. Just going for the a bit slower hover strategy, and also a bit slower in hitting the trigger, which sees Julikos in the lead if he doesn't accidentally quit out of the level.
Exiting to menu strats would go so hard, but I'm glad that didn't happen. Instead, see Deadtra struggling a lot here. That second fall was a little bit too slow to get the 2-player drop. They had to drop out 1 player and then just really struggled to get the fall on the respawn. So advantage Julikos in their little battle.
Quite a bit. 20 seconds over Deadtra.
But all within a minute of Lazer, which is not, that's very recoverable. Lazer can miss Birdless right here. And
he has done it before?
Has done it before. Misses Birdless, will go from first to last in this race if the other 2 hit it. We'll see if that happens.
That's the interesting thing about this this category in races. There's so many points where just a slight problem, and Lazer gets maybe the slight problem, and straight goes for the bird, because he knows there's a big chance that he's in trouble there.
Yeah, technically this can still work, but you need to hold the fall for longer, building up the vertical speed, because it will go in a different direction.
He is gonna try it.
Yeah, no.
And nope. So does need to go for the backup here. By reviving the birds, they lift up the platform, and if you position Gandalf right on the platform, he can get the jump out of bounds and behind the gate.
Yeah, the positioning looks right for Lazer, but does he remember the timing and the angle to hold? Because we have not done this strat normally in ages, so if Lazer hasn't practiced this is still a very risky 1 try. Gets over and dies.
And
that's
dies.
not gonna work. Yeah.
So, yep, that's now he needs to do it casually.
But with that, Julikos,
of course, he needed to do the birds anyway if he wanted to. So might as well try it, I think, even if you're not super consistent with it anymore.
Yeah, that's gonna see Lazer's minute lead completely wiped out and change. I mean, Julikos is obviously...
who's got caster curse now, huh?
Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah,
like you called.
I did call this. That is a good point. But yeah, as a result, it's definitely advantage Julikos and Deadtra. At least Julikos in particular looks to have strung together very clean birdless. Cleaner than Deadtra's. I didn't see anything particularly wrong with Deadtra's, but I know from last race Deadtra takes it a bit slower. We'll see how much of a deficit Lazer has to the other 2. Pretty soon, obviously, just starting the Azog fight, while Julikos is in phase 3, 2 or 3. Phase 2, I think.
Phase 2, yeah. So he's not far behind, but of course, going from a minute lead to just being even, not ideal.
Yeah. And I'd also say, in a race setting, the first 3 levels are so much more in your control compared to the last 2, especially on the doorstep.
For sure.
there's enough difficult launches and on the doorstep that, you know, you can just have an absolute nightmare. I mean, sure, having more experience, being a bit more practiced at them will help your consistency, but that doesn't, it's not a like blanket yes or no as to whether you're consistent or not. There will be variance to it. Lazer is just as capable of he's just as capable of pulling out a sub 2 on the doorstep as he is pulling out a 3-minute plus on the doorstep.
And having missed a couple of things in both runs now, he might be feeling a bit frustrated, which might also affect his concentration. Who knows?
It could well do. I mean, part of me is thinking this is just how Lazer plays. Like, it's all quite high risk, maybe not that high reward. I mean, we obviously saw in week 1 Lazer missing gem skip on the 3rd race and birdless on the 3rd race, ultimately sending him down to Rung 3 for week 2. But I feel like Lazer's very much kind of a hot and cold runner. When it works, it works. When it doesn't work, there isn't as much of a kind of back to basics reset that runners like Hamster can do. Like, if Hamster knows something's wrong in how he's running this game and knows he's maybe not feeling it on a day, he'll still be able to pull out, you know, mid 24s probably quite consistently at the very least, if not high 23s. Lazer doesn't seem to have that resource and has a bit more of the snowball kind of effect.
Yeah, we'll have to see if it continues in this run and the next one. Because if it does, he might still be in trouble for that seed 5.
Well, yeah, seed 5, seed 6, or even having to play another match as well. You know, there is a scenario with this format where every runner ties on 4 points, and the person with the fastest time wins or the people with the fastest time in any one of the races wins.
Oh, so it's
that spot.
It's just the fastest single time.
That's a single time, yeah.
Which, like, Flame Laser is quite hard in the lead there, and the other two will have to pull out quite a big PB to beat that time Laser put in last run.
Yeah.
But of course, we're not there yet.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is, though, if there's any 2 runners right now who I'd probably pin to being able to PB in these tournaments, in these tournament races, these 2, Julikos and Deadtra, would be right up there at the top. Probably with you as well, Origin, given that you've done it for the last race or 2, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it's
I mean, if this is the only runs I do, then might as well PB in them.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, no, it's
No, I have been practicing for that. But it seems like Julikos is in the lead out of the Necromancer with a 15:56. Deadtra 16:24, and we'll have to see where Lazer ends his level. It's a half a minute lead for Julikos over Deadtra, and
it looks like it didn't split for Lazer, which is very helpful.
wow, that's keeping us in the dark, heightening the tension.
I'm going to assume Lazer's about...
Oh, and Deadtra messed up his movement in the air there, giving his lead back to Lazer at least. And now he gets it. But he got a high enough launch, and I think he would have gotten it if his Dwalin movement was better there. But Julikos going for fast OTD and misses it. Very unfortunate.
Not going safe though. deciding not to go for the safe strats in this race, absolutely a smart idea. I think it's at the point now where you can't really go safe, but this has given the lead back to Lazer. Lazer getting its second try. Yeah, Lazer left that on the doorstep with a 16:30. Oh, sorry, left that Necromancer with a 16:34 time. So it was 10 seconds behind Deadtra, but by the looks of the issues that both the other runners have been having, it looks like Lazer is probably going to take that lead back, although it's obviously nowhere near as comfortable as Eden Lake as a lead. Julikos going
Especially as Julikos also now gets it and gets that launch first try and is held on the tail of Lazer here. Especially if Lazer struggles a bit with the tree launch, while Julikos gets vertical body up and will go for, I would say, the way more consistent version of getting up there.
This is incredibly close between the two runners now. I'm not sure how it is on the timers themselves, but they're in the same
Deadtra
camera
as
time.
well.
Yeah.
Deadtra got a really good OTD there, so he's in it still.
Oh, absolutely.
This is a very close race. We've got 5 seconds ahead for Julikos. That's
Yeah.
so very close into the last level. And only 14 seconds to Deadtra. It's all to play for still.
Absolutely all to play for. That is really close between all the runners.
That's a single missed launch, and that's 14 seconds right there.
Yeah, I mean, also big for Julikos right now. This is a PB pacer. Julikos hasn't got the 25:41 on the boards yet, but according to Jack in chat, is ahead of that pace by about 5 seconds or so. So big potential here from Julikos to maybe tweak out another PB.
Which might mean Deadtra is also very close to PB. I don't know why he's stopping there though.
He was waiting for Smaug to get out the way. Smaug can be really annoying to grab you there, depending on like what part in your cycle you're in, and like it'll cause a death and it's like 10 seconds of time loss. There is a way you can kind of circumvent around it, but it can be quite a difficult path, and there can be collision which pushes you inwards, which makes it a bit more difficult.
Taking it that there does not lose that much time, does it?
Well, it is an animation and the death as well. It might not be a full 10 seconds.
True, yeah.
It's not a small amount of time.
That's true, that's true. You definitely want to avoid it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And under hills and over hills, my path is led.
But you definitely also don't want to wait there too long.
I am he who looks unseen. I am
See if the runners get the cutscene skip here.
riddle maker.
I think Julikos got it. I did not see Flame later. But I think he's quite consistent with that. Just as I say that.
There's some kind of pattern going on here.
Did get it.
Oh, gets the launch as well.
You've got that all wrong.
Very nice.
Oh my god.
And
Whoa.
gets the perfect, just absolute perfect Chandelier skip. Which will put him in the lead, and he goes for Toast Launch.
Don't do
or
it.
Toast Fight.
Don't do it.
Oh my god. He does get
Hold
it
it,
second
hold
try.
it, hold it.
Let's see if he gets it. Yes,
Wow.
he does. Julikos clutching it out here.
And another small launch
Well-
over the boxes as well. What is going on in this game right now? Never seen a run more destined to PB.
He's definitely ahead of Lazer now.
Absolutely.
While Deadtra in the last camera pan cutscene of the gold room.
I mean, this is the thing. All places are up for grabs here. The difference between any
sure.
of these runners getting 3 points and any of them leaving here with 0 points could be monumental in the grand scheme of things. From Deadtra's point of view, Deadtra needs to get a point. Because if both runners both Lazer and Julikos. Julikos gets first, Lazer gets second. Then both of them
Then
will
he's
be
out. Yep.
yeah, both of them will be on 4 points, and then Deadtra will be on 0, so won't be able to make the qualification. But if Lazer wins, then Deadtra's in a must-win situation in the final match. And
But of course, if Deadtra wins this one with some good launches, then
These furnaces are stone
it's all to play for.
absolutely,
Enough to set them ablaze.
anything is possible in this one, for sure.
Not look to see you so easily outwitted.
I think this is one of the most exciting races of the tournament so far.
And fat in your dotage, slug.
Yeah, we'll see how they go. I mean, there's 3 launches which will decide the fate of this round. Julikos will be the first to approach the first one. Struggled with this in race 1. We'll see how it treats him this
But
time.
indeed.
A little bit slow on the setup. Gets the buddy up. Gets the launch first try.
That's very important for him, I think.
Yeah, and Lazer will be up next, while Julikos will be going for Loz launch. Does the setup with breaking the box. Lazer just gets out of bounds. Julikos
that was
misses
close.
Loz launch.
That's unfortunate for Julikos and gives Lazer a chance to catch up if he gets this one. Well, Deadtra now going for the first launch. Julikos getting the wrong body ups here. Very unfortunate.
Julikos finally gets it. Lazer getting nothing from this Loz launch, and Deadtra's going to be
that's
catching up.
unfortunate.
Watch out for Deadtra.
What is he doing?
That was interesting.
Some control issues there for Deadtra. Does not break the box here, so we'll have a tighter timing window for the launch here, and does not get it. Jumps a bit too late, I think.
Yeah, Deadtra's now got to rely on a good jack launch from either of the other two. Julikos, meanwhile, well, it's definitely advantage Julikos going into this final room.
For sure, for sure. But Deadtra does get the other launch quite fast and triggers the lever from outside the circle. Interesting. So Julikos is 4, 5, well, yeah, let's say 4 torches ahead. So with a good
Yeah.
jack launch, he can clutch it out. But of course, if jack launch is a bit tricky, then but he does get it first try. He does get it first try, and that.
Oh no.
Then he misses. He misses the landing. So it's a. They're both going for it right now. Julikos gets the launch again, and I think that is him taking the win here. Flame Lazer now wants to have it quite soon because Deadtra is also
Deadtra's
into the torch. So he missed the torch though, so not giving himself any favors. But Flame Lazer is struggling, does get the launch right now, and he's up. And I think that confirms Lazer to be second and Deadtra confirmed third for this match.
there might be some variance on load times, but Deadtra will have to get an incredibly quick launch here. I don't think it's going to happen, but what a race. Julikos PB'd there as well. That is a 6-second PB for Julikos.
GG.
Yeah, we said it at the top of this race that if anyone's got the potential to PB, it's either Julikos or Deadtra, and we're gonna see Julikos, yeah, manages to take a PB, very cleanly done. Deadtra finishing up with a 26:35.
Also a very good time.
Mm-hmm.
Very close to Red Vault. for all three of them. And that equals up Lazer with 4 points, Julikos with 4 points, and Deadtra, unfortunately, still at 0 after match 2. So the runners can get their games ready for the third match here, which will see where both Julikos and Flame and Lazer land in the playoffs. Either seed 5 against Gamer Olive, or seed 6 against Jack, I believe. Jack Juggler.
Yes, yeah, that sounds right. Looks like Julikos is ready to go. Deadtra will be the last one to get ready, but that's fine. Yeah, that was a huge performance from Julikos there. Deadtra as well. Deadtra was really close. Obviously got decently close to PB, but just not quite enough. Lazer with a few mistakes as well in that one. We'll definitely be wanting to fix that this time around.
In a land far away to the east.
And yeah, by the looks of it, all the runners are going to be ready. So we'll count this down in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck again for this third race, all runners.
Good luck, good luck.
So given what we've just seen from the previous race, it's going to be hard for this race to try and beat the absolute cinema from that last race. But we'll see how it goes. I think these runners certainly have the potential to be able to do a similar performance again. I mean, Lazer theoretically should be 6 points up, but that Miss Birdless, that wasn't the only thing that was wrong in that match. It wasn't like the race was perfect and then Birdless was missed. There was a couple bits here and there, which are kind of things that Lazer's going to want to erase from his game before he gets to the top 8.
Definitely some inconsistencies, at least, with some big skips, but also some little things which did give Julikos the chance to win the previous match. So for Flaming Lazer, generally he's looking to just play a clean game, I think. If he manages that, he's got quite a good chance. But
yeah, absolutely. Julikos as well. I'd be interested to see how Julikos plays this, because I feel like if I'm Julikos now, the pressure's almost off because the competition was more with Deadtra than with Lazer. I think if Julikos can, obviously will be close to Lazer having won that match, which is a fantastic result. Great job from Julikos, but I don't know if necessarily the mentality will be to try and go after and win this this final race. Obviously, it will be relying on Lazer making mistakes, but we'll see how Julikos goes with it. Deadtra, I'd say Deadtra's going to have a point to prove more than anything. Deadtra is a good runner, but just that last race, it could have gone either way. I mean, to not pick up a point from that is brutally harsh. But that's the way the game goes sometimes.
Yep, you can have the best run of your life, and then your competitor also has the best run of his life. So it's unfortunate.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. I mean, all of the times from all three runners in that second race would have been... If they'd done those in the first race, then they all would have got 1 point. Because it fitted between that winning time by Lazer and that second time. This time round, it was, you know, that gap was the difference between 3 points and 0 points, which is how the cards fall sometimes.
Down into the dark. And that is
We'll see. Yeah, Deadtra will be looking to put together just a strong race to finish off this set of 3.
had come.
Lazer will be looking for something solid and misses barrier. How did that work? What? He fell off the pixels that you need to be on for barrier skip, and then somehow, by some magic or something, able to jump back on them without, like, the invisible getting in the way, and was able to back it up. I have not seen that before.
And all 3 of them still getting barrier skip. So no missed barrier skip today.
Yeah, Julikos is still going on the 1 tries. We'd love to see it.
And it has delivered, seeing as he's in prime position to actually get seed, 5th seed here into the playoffs. And in worst case 6th seed, which is still very good. Especially against such an accomplished Lego runner as Flame Lazer.
Yeah. I think, yeah, that's what, you know, that's what Julikos will take out of this. The fact that, you know, going toe-to-toe with Lazer is a fantastic sign. Really strong performance from Julikos. Julikos doing the respawn. That was incredibly clean. Very nicely done from Julikos. Obviously, Lazer will once again be taking the lead, but it's
Not that far out.
yeah. I think these all look like they've been, again, sub-6 pace. Greatest Kingdoms.
5:28, still very good there from Lazer.
A little bit slower than last run, but 3 seconds maybe, if that. It's still going to be enough to pull out a decent-sized lead over the other 2.
And then 5:46, 5:47. The other 2 are running their best at the moment, it seems.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic from both of them.
So let's see how these 3 do. Oh, I don't know how that worked. That bush launch from Lazer, hitting his head on the ceiling but still getting out of bounds. That was something.
Yeah, that was minimum possible height, I think, to be able to get that. Insanely quick as a barrier launch in the end, though, as it turns out. Apart from getting the full river skip, that's like one of the fastest launches you can get, where it still works.
Deadtra also first try. Julikos having a bit more trouble with it. That's very unfortunate for him. So both Flaming Laser and Deadtra taking a bit of a lead over him in this one.
Yeah, Julikos struggling with bush launch. It's definitely been a nemesis of his. I mean, we've seen every single race he hasn't been able to get it first try at all, and this is looking exceptionally poor. It is just a random launch. There are things you can do to try and, you know, make it consistent. Some of them are like holding a direction. I think you want to hold a kind of right angle with player 1 while you're doing the buddy up. Those kind of things will help, but it depends on the runner feel for their setup for this one. It's very difficult to fully instruct a person to get consistent at a launch like bush launch.
And I also feel like if your computer is a bit struggling, it can make launches even at 60 FPS, especially in the overworld. A bit more tricky as well. And from what I've seen, I think Julikos' PC is a bit less performative than, say, for example, flame lasers.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience a little bit there.
I mean, I also have gone a time without doing icicle launch, so
Yeah.
I see where Julikos may be coming from. But
Yeah, no,
of course, I don't exactly know his setup, so
Gandalf and
it's all
Rung
speculation.
stood
Yeah.
before the sheer
Lazer gets sign launch second try, does fall into the river, so I think the dreams of a PB in a tournament are already out the way for Lazer. That's kind of how good Lazer's PB is that a simple mistake like that, and you're not going to PB in a tournament match. 829 exit is still the best exit Lazer's had today. Beats last run's exit by a few seconds, and is kind of that's a standard exit for someone on someone aiming for a high 23 kind of time.
confirmed that
And
Of course, the better your PB is, the harder it is to PB in a race.
yeah,
And as the second on the boards at the moment, he's
the abandoned
yeah would be a hell of a run if he does that in a race.
yeah, second on the boards, but I do wonder for how much longer, because Jack has been PBing at a ridiculously impressive rate recently. Just a few hours ago, I believe, got down to 23:37, which is only 9 seconds behind Lazer's time.
That is that's very good progress.
Yeah,
Because here it says 8 days ago, 24:04,
yeah,
half
no,
a minute. He already escaped off. That's massive.
yeah, it's in the queue at the moment. Hasn't been verified yet. But yeah, no, it's
I
really.
can't help but notice mine is also still in the queue.
I'll get there. Yeah, no, that will happen. But anyway, let's focus on the race. Lazer
Exactly.
struggling maybe with Birdless.
I think he got into a good position there. It looked like. I think if he believed it was not in a good position, he would be going for it. So
I think so. Yeah, yeah, that looks fine. It
at
looked
least
like
he believes the. Yeah, that's a good one. Still, it's not very high that he went, so only just got there. But it was good enough.
good enough's all he
Meanwhile,
needs right
Deadtra
now.
getting into the room for Birdless as well, while Julikos almost getting there into the camera pan now. So we'll see how these guys get their setup going. And Deadtra taking his time, understandably, to jump Gandalf in there. And it looked like he got a good position as well.
I mean, this is how Deadtra always does it. I think it's definitely something to take notes of, in all honesty. For tournament play, Deadtra plays Birdless so safe, but has not yet missed it with the setup that he goes
Exactly.
for. So at the end of the day, it's a big, check mark kind of ticked off if you can get this one try. You might be able to save a couple seconds here, there, or elsewhere, but the risk reward for saving 2 seconds in your Birdless setup versus losing a minute 15 to it going wrong. It's worth that safety.
Yeah, he builds in some safety, but he also just hits his skips. So the only problem I see for him is if he gets to against some stronger opponents. We're seeing it against Lazer and Julikos as well. He's consistent, but he does lose a bit of time at every skip that way. So if the others are just on their game, it becomes more difficult to beat them. So.
But at the end of the day, that's not been Deadtra's downfall in this race. The downfall hasn't been missing any of the one tries. The downfall's been missing stuff like Icicle Launch and Fast OTD.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, it'd be interesting to know kind of if Deadtra had done the same strat that Julikos does, instead of doing Icicle Launch and going all the way round, whether Deadtra would have been able to gain any points from the previous races. Because Icicle Launch in particular has been a big struggle for him so far. We'll see if it's kind of corrected in this final race, but if not, that's something to go into the lab for and properly work on before the next race, which will be his qualification race.
For sure. Or elimination race, depending on how it goes. But honestly, I don't see Deadtra getting eliminated in the next match. If he keeps playing like he's has been playing this tournament, I don't see him not qualifying for the top 8.
You'd think so. He's putting together solid races together, but there is just that little bit more that's needed as it gets down to crunch time, and that's absolutely fine. You know, this is Rung 1, this is the top rung for a reason. It has, you know, some of the best runners left in it. I think, you know, these three and Mega is probably the only one left in the main draw who I'd say is this kind of top 1 or top rung quality right now, at least for the runners that we have left. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Deadtra performs in that final race and who he performs against. Well, I don't know how much you're backing yourself to be able to make it into that final rung.
I'm positively confident. To get qualified, a bit less, but to survive another match, I'm positively confident.
I like the confident. I like it. I mean, yeah.
I mean, what else would I do I have if I'm?
That's a good point.
If I'm not confident.
You don't want to go in with the mindset that you've already lost. You want to go in believing you have what it takes, and yeah, that honestly makes a big difference compared to PBs. Doing stuff like tournament play, you do need to have that confidence that, you know, you can beat anyone in the draw on any given day. Obviously, some runners might have the faster PBs, but PBs don't matter if you make mistakes.
Exactly. So weird stuff can always happen. So upsets are never ruled out.
Yeah. Lazer, however, is on a pacer right now. Anything sub 15 out of the Necromancer, I tend to say is a really good run. And so yeah, this could be mid 23 potential for Lazer right now.
Lose a little bit of time on fast RTT there, but still got there without dying at least, so not bad at all. Does not go for statue launch here, just opts to go for casual strats for the end here.
Yeah, that's what Lazer's been doing in tournament play, really, mostly. It is a lot safer. Deadtra
does get ice skip first try here. That's icicle launch, whatever. So he will put some distance to Julikos, who goes around here. Because the first try icicle launch does save a lot over the safe route.
Yeah. Lazer with a half clean on the doorstep, I'd say. It's not the cleanest one. Does miss out on getting 0 studs at the very end, which is unfortunate. However, this is still enough for Lazer to be on PB pace right now. 1704 is 5 seconds ahead of Lazer's current PB on these splits. Sorry, this might not be true PB pace anymore. But yeah, Lazer
It's
is
definitely not bad.
Mm.
He's putting down a statement here, I think, to
I'd say so. These are the kind of races
to
Lazer
say
can pull out.
he really deserves that 5th seed. While Julikos struggling with fast OTD there and actually quitting out of the level to just reload it, reset everything.
Yeah, this is something I've noticed Julikos do. I'm yet to really see it be an effective solution, although it has worked in this case, but a lot of the time the question tends to be, is that quicker than just taking the time to position both characters in the right place and going for it? Most of the time it's not, but you know, sometimes Julikos just goes for this. I guess it is safer, but safer doesn't always mean it's the better strat. And yeah, sorry, Lazer is actually +4 to his current PB right now. Current PB on the boards, so still very close to PB. Oh,
He
something.
does take it that there in with Balin there. That's unfortunate.
I come from under the hill. And under hills and over hills.
Can't make too many of those mistakes if he wants to PB.
And through the air.
Or even
And his
I am
Lovely title.
what even?
even to maybe not just PB, but get the fastest time in the tournament so far, which is currently held by myself, which is 23:40, so it's 13 seconds behind Lazer's, or 12 seconds behind Lazer's current PB. But Lazer has the second fastest time in the tournament right now with a 23:46. So anything that gets closer down to that fastest time in the tournament, or even beats it, I think Lazer will say is a good day's work.
You've got that all wrong.
For sure.
It's
Especially combined with winning the match here.
yeah. It's scary as an opponent to come up against someone with this kind of potential. Someone who can happily just get to 23 in races is an insane thing to be up against, because you could put in, if you're Deadtra or Julikos, you could put in the run of your life, and it doesn't, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't end up mattering too much because of how far ahead Lazer is. I mean, Deadtra right now, we haven't even spoken about Deadtra, right now is 44 seconds ahead of PB.
That is immense, wow.
And yeah, we haven't even mentioned this because Lazer's on such a pacer, has pulled out over a minute coming into this final level. But Deadtra's on for an insane run. Needs a 640 flat inside information to be able to break the minute barrier and go down to a 24. Be the next person to join the sub 25 club, which would be a fantastic accomplishment for Deadtra. We've been saying for a little bit of time that the next sub 25 has to come from either Deadtra or Julikos, looking at how they're performing. And Deadtra could live up to that in this match with a clean enough inside information.
And you did say they were both like the more likely to PB, and Julikos already PB'd. And we'll see if Deadtra can pull it out, but looking good right now. And into the unskippable cutscene, which Lazer is, of course, already in. Almost out, even. Well, Julikos now getting to Chandelier skip, and definitely not out of the race with Deadtra yet, with some unfortunate launches. He can still catch up.
And Julikos goes 3
He will
for
go
3.
for Ghost Launch though.
3 for 3 on Toe Slide, here it comes. Gets the roll.
And gets it second time again, at least the roll,
Fantastic.
and gets it second try again.
I mean,
He just needs to have the roll go a bit badly the first time and then works every time.
that is phenomenal from Julikos. Toe Slide is obviously quite a new discovery, but to be able to implement that in races is,
And consistently
yeah,
do it.
I think every single time was second try.
Mm-hmm.
Just fantastic to see. I think it is only Julikos and maybe Hamster who will be going for that, at least for the moment. Which is pretty esteemed company to be in when it comes to this game.
For sure.
Lazer will be going into Jack Launch though. That's how mental this lead build-up is. I don't know what pace Lazer's on, but it could be something fierce right now. Obviously, Jack Launch still has a lot that can go wrong. But yeah, Lazer could be onto something big here. Definitely, I'd say with this inside info, this is very much PB watch. PB is a 23-27 right now. Yeah, the Jack
Getting a bit of collision there though, of like the pieces, but gets it first try. And this will be a very, very strong time, if not a PB.
Look at that. 23-21. That is a 6-second
Look
PB.
at that.
Fastest time in the tournament by 19 seconds. What a run from Lazer. I mean, that is phenomenal. There is...
I mean, it's the fastest anyone not named the Hamster has gone ever. So,
yeah.
wow.
There is only one person in this tournament who will be able to compete with that pace, and that is Hamster on a good run. That is
To pull that out in a race, very nice.
that is terrifying to compete against.
But of course, let's not get the attention away from Deadtra either. Very, very strong run as well.
Yeah, Deadtra
He
is...
did have some good launches from what I saw. I may have missed something, but
He's still on
he
for that
is
pace.
going into Jack launch.
Yeah, still on for that pace with a good Jack launch.
Of course, any good pace run needs to go through Jack launch.
Doesn't break the box, which is a good sign. Now we'll see how the buddy ups go. That's unfortunate.
That's very unfortunate. And gets the piece. Yeah. That is very unfortunate, but might still be on for a PB. But it's slipping out of his fingers.
I mean, he did have a large leeway and finally gets Jack launch.
And we'll finish here. And what will it be?
25-32.
32.
That is
So that is still a PB.
That is a 13-second PB, and that bops Julikos back. Julikos having taken the lead on the boards with the previous run. With that 25-35, Deadtra's now reasserted that, what position is it on the boards? I want to say like 8th or 9th place. To take that take that place. I know if I'm Deadtra, I'm going to be quite annoyed because that was 25 pace going into Jack launch. But...
Oh, for sure. For sure.
But that's still a fantastic, phenomenal achievement from Deadtra. And all three of these runners, to be able to all three PB during one of these live events it's something unheard of.
And all three in a different race as well, wasn't it?
Well, 2 in this race.
They took theirs. Oh, right. I'm dumb. Never mind. But Julikos also now finishing in a 26 something, so definitely not bad either.
Yeah, that was a 26 something, as you say. I'm not sure what that time was, as Julikos reset the splits. It definitely
Right.
was a 26 something, and I can say that much.
But so definitely a good time there as well.
Yeah. But yeah, no, very, very solid times from all three runners, and it's great to see you know, three PBs during the matches. You know, something we're definitely not expecting. But of course, have a look at what that does for the
And one of
points.
them being 23-21.
Yeah. So what that does for the points is as follows. Lazer with 2 wins and a second place takes 7 points and will be taking the 5th place spot in the top 8, which is, yeah, not a bad spot to be. That'll mean that Lazer will be playing against, let me double check.
Gamer Olive.
Playing against
I think.
Olive, yeah. Playing against Olive for that spot in the top 8, and then the winner will be playing the Hamster or the 8th seed on that half of the draw. Julikos would be on the second half of the draw and playing against the red hot PB person at the moment, which is Jack. That is a very tough match for Julikos. But yeah, that's the way it goes. And then the winner of that match will be playing either myself or the 7th seed in the semi-finals.
But of course, Julikos also quite hot at the moment. Racking up PB after PB. So I think he's still got a lot of room to improve.
Yeah, no,
I think
absolutely.
he will improve for that top 8 match.
Yeah, absolutely. The question mark still remains as to which of Julikos or Deadtra will be able to break the 25 barrier first, and quite simply, after both of them PBing in this match, I cannot tell you which one it'll be. But yeah, that is it for us on the races today. Next up, we will have another match on Saturday. That'll be our week 3 Rung 2 match, which will be at what time is it? It'll be, you're gonna have to help me on this, you know it.
Do I know it? Can quickly look it up. It's 3 p.m. Central European time. So -6 is 9 a.m. EST.
9 a.m. EST. Okay, yep. So that is the next match on Saturday. So 2 days' time from now at 9 a.m. EST, we will have the Week 3 Rung 2 match. That is an elimination match. So the top 2 in that match will go on and play Deadtra in the final qualifying match, the quote-unquote Week 4 match. And then the loser of that will be eliminated from the tournament. But yeah, anything else you want to add, Origin?
Exactly. Crazy race. Crazy match here. Very, yeah, just very good races. GG's.
Yeah, absolutely. GG's to everyone. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.